Testing one, testing two. Testing one, testing two. All right, you guys, just had to do a quick mic check. Just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. I hope everybody is having a great year, a great end of year. I hope everybody plan on having a really good 2026. You guys, I want you guys to take it easy on yourselves. It doesn't matter if you have had a good year or a bad year. What matters is that you're still here. God loves you, and you have to keep pushing, right? As long as God give you the strength, God give you the blessings to keep moving forward. It's your duty to continue to move forward, right? And it's because it's a blessing to even be able to move forward and continue to do what we're doing, which is, just trying to take care of ourselves, trying to take care of our loved ones, right, you guys? So I want everybody to keep that in mind as we, celebrate Christmas. Always remember that and I hate to be this guy, but it's serious, to think about. Always remember that there's somebody right now that's sleeping outside right now as we speak. There's somebody right now who's hungry, who may not have a meal, right? So always remember that, you may be in a tough spot, but there's somebody that's probably doing much worse than where you're at right now, and they will love to be in a position where you're at right now, right? I hate to be that guy because, it's funny that I talk about that because growing up, I used to, like, my mom used to always tell me that. She used to always say, somebody has it worse than you. And I used to hate that because I'm like, why don't we ever talk about the person that has it better than me? But as we reflect on our blessings that we have, received from our dear Father all year long, we really need to be thankful and grateful, and try to just try to show some gratitude, and just continue to be better people moving forward. All right, you guys. So looking at this Bitcoin chart, we're going to get straight into some charts, you guys. Don't want to hold you guys up for too long. All right, so what I have here is a Bitcoin chart pulled up. This is the 1 month time frame. So as you guys know from my past videos, these are mostly continuation videos as well. I told you guys that we had a gap right here on a monthly time frame. That is this little yellow box that you guys see I have marked out. It should be locked on there. It's not even locked. Okay, so that comes from this fair value gap right here. I can zoom in for right there, show you guys a little bit better. We're not going to really talk about what a fair value gap is, but it's a 3-candle pattern essentially that leaves a gap in the market, right? The left side of this 3-candle pattern, the middle, and then the right side, right? So this middle candle is where you're going to always find the gap. The right candle is where you're going to use the wick, and then the left candle is where you're going to use the wick. That's where you're going to find that gap, right? That's essentially what makes a fair value gap. So we have that marked out. I pretty much told you guys that likely a body is going to close over the top of this fair value gap candle, and then we may work our way back up here. I pretty much told you guys this in my previous crypto videos, but I don't mind giving y'all the updates now because maybe you just wasn't around to see that, right? So we had a body close, and then now we're probably going to work our way up here for a while, before we continue to drop down, right? So that is essentially my technical analysis for the Bitcoin. We're going lower. We can keep it real simple for that chart. But if you guys want, I can definitely look at the, because that was the 1 month time frame. I don't mind looking at the weekly time frame. If you guys want more of a precise breakdown, I don't mind doing that for you guys as well. On a weekly time frame, I will measure out from swing low. For swing high to swing low. And then, depending on how long this wick is going to hold price, right? Because it don't look like prices this week is going to hold price for long. This is like what I will be watching. This little box right up in here. I don't know if we're going to go all the way back up here to 105,000, but it could easily at least wick up there. All right, but as of now, I would, like, if I was trying to day trade this, I would box this wick up right here. This is a 1 week candle. I will box that up. You see, we haven't even touched the midpoint of this wick yet. Maybe we touch the midpoint of this wick and then have a nice little rejection going up to hit up into this zone right here. So I don't really day trade crypto, but I just try to share my analysis with you guys because I feel like it's all the same. Honestly, I can't say that completely, but as far as the technical analysis, a lot of it is the same. As far as how fast these markets are moving throughout the day, I can't really tell you that all of the time because I don't really trade crypto every day. I don't really trade gold or commodities and all of these other things. All right, so we can look at Bitcoin. We can look at Ethereum as well. Let's pull up Ethereum. Essentially for Ethereum, it's just looking like the same thing all across the board. Go to the 1 month chart. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the minute chart. Go to the 1 month chart. Well, shit, actually, it looked like Ethereum might be a little bit cleaner. What's good, my brother? My brother is in the chat. Salute to you as well, bro. I know you see my new equipment over here looking real good on the screen, man. So Ethereum actually do look a little bit different, mainly because Ethereum, I feel like, is going to potentially have more support because this right here, this little candle right here on the 1 month chart, this was a fair value gap to the downside, right? And then price broke back above this fair value gap. A body closed above it, come back down here. Now is retesting. So for Ethereum, this could actually be a potential buy area, to be honest with you. So I'm very interested to see Ethereum become a buy. But as a lot of you guys know, if you have watched some of my older videos, I'm looking for something that's like really significant. So what I want to see is, so you guys can see how we have a swing high up here. We have a swing high up here. I would like to see a body close above these swing highs in order to really tell me that a crypto bull market is really pumping up. As of now, all of these little baby bounces in here, it just doesn't really seem like it's really going anywhere or doing anything too fast. It's pretty much what I'm trying to say. But we can look at anything else. If y'all have anything y'all want to drop down in the comments below, make sure y'all drop those down as well. I do have a lot of cryptos on my watch list. Compound is one of them that's been failing me. A lot of these have been failing me, but I'm not going to keep investing too much more money into crypto until like a lot of these projects start to really prove themselves. I will probably, if I'm going to put any money into crypto, it's probably just going to be Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum. You know, that's really it. Everything else, even if we was to look at Trump coin, where's Trump coin at? Here we go. Trump coin. Look at this. This coin, man, I lost like $500 on this coin. That was a painful one too. So if you're looking at this 1 month chart, it's really not much you can get from that chart because it haven't really been out that long. Let's go to the weekly. The weekly, we had a little gap in here somewhere, but on the weekly, I guess we can box this weekly wake up, but it's just hard to trust any of these meme coins or any of this stuff right here. But this is how I would, based on the little price action that they're giving me, I would just box this up. Let's see if we touch the midpoint of here somewhere. That would be below $4. Who knows if Trump coin is going to ever bounce back? But the funny thing is, if it ever did bounce back, people who bought it is going to look like geniuses, man. I'm telling you right now. People who bought it, they're going to look like geniuses. But this is the type of chart that most of us do not want to be a part of. Like nobody wants to be a part of a chart like this when there's nothing going on, but if you buy some of that Trump coin down here, let's say below $4, and then let's just say you spend $1,000. Let's just say 1,000, right? Or he's giving out the $2,000 stimulus. Let's say you spend a whole 2,000 down here somewhere. If it goes even back up here to its all-time highs, right? That's a 20x. So you imagine turning 2,000 to $40,000. I mean, obviously it's all hypothetical, but I'm just saying, it's a possibility, man. Like I feel like this Trump coin is heavily manipulated. They can swing this thing up so high you wouldn't believe it. It can knock your socks off how fast they can swing this thing up. So. And that's all off pure manipulation. That has nothing to do with fundamentals or any of that. I just know based on, everything that's going on with the Venezuela and everything like that, man, anything can happen. So let's look at some other markets. I really don't trade any of the old school forex pairs. Cardano, it continues to fail me, man. But like I told people on my other videos, we have some liquidity down here. Once we sweep this liquidity on the higher time frames, this is a 1 month chart that we're looking at right here. I'm telling you guys, man, once we sweep this liquidity down here, it's going to be off to the races. At least that's what I think. Not for all cryptos, but I do feel like, some of the main ones, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, anything that have a chart that looks like this, I think is going to be a nice little push back up to the upside. So that is Cardano. I'm not going to really look at every crypto tonight. It's almost Christmas. Just wanted to, go live and see who was on. Let me see. Polkadot. making all-time lows. This is honestly a good market to start investing in. I'm not gonna lie. Like it been that way, but a lot of people. I mean, I'm not gonna try to say crypto at this point. I'm ready to just start buying actual gold. I don't want no more digital gold. I want some physical gold at this point, right, babe? Because that digital shit is cool, but we need some physical. All right, so I'm going to take a look at some stocks, and then I'll probably check out. We got Monero. Wow, Monero is back to its all-time highs. Oh my gosh. Monero. Where's Zcash? I need to find Zcash. Zcash. Okay, Zcash is still around where I sold it at pretty much. So not bad. Pepe making all-time lows. It's a good time to get updated on everything that's going on in the market. Let me see. Man, DoorDash stock is still high as hell. Goodness gracious. All right. Just scrolling through. We looking at Pepsi, Vanguard, Duke Energy. Some of these companies, honestly, I just put them on my watch list. Like if I come across them on like Fox News or something like that. And the only reason I'm mentioning Fox News is not because actually care about the fundamentals. I just know to follow the money, right? If those big money people start, marketing their stock, it could be a good time to get in. But the thing is, you still have to go look at the charts. You just can't, go watch Fox News and then start buying everything up the next day. It just don't work like that. All right, looking at XOM, Microsoft, KO. I'm just trying to get a feel for the market, see what's going on. I remember I bought this rare earth play right here. I bought it like at 550, sold it like at the sevens. Bless you, bless you. I'm thinking about potentially getting back in one of these days because this could potentially be a long-term play right here. This could potentially be a long-term play. With the whole, rare earth thing that's going on with China and America, it's like, why wouldn't you want to have your money, resting into one of these stocks? I mean, it's just basic math. I shouldn't even have to make a speech about that. But, we got these highs up here. So if just getting in from down here and back up to these highs, that's already pretty much a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So I'm definitely going to be looking to get back in. See if we use our Fibonacci tool from swing high to swing low. We're already in a discount. So, I mean, the only thing I can see, this is the monthly time frame. Let's go to the 2-month chart. I doubt it's going to come all the way back down this far. But this is where I would love to be able to get in at. It might not come back down there because, as you can see right here, and this is the ICT concept gem that I'm about to give y'all right here. As soon as we invalidated this order block, notice how the market comes back down here, retest it, and then instantly spikes away. So, I mean, we probably won't be able to get these prices as low as, 450. Those prices may be long gone. But if we go to the daily time frame, let's take a look and try to find some liquidity. So on the daily time frame, looks a lot different. It's really hard to tell. Like I said, I'm not used to trading this, but got some liquidity right here. I would want to see at least below $5. Then we got a potential breakaway gap right here. So this rare earth place may not be, this rare earth stock right here, this may not be a bad deal to get back into. I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for that one. I'm just going through my watch list right now, you guys. Happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody is doing well. Make sure y'all drop a like on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. We definitely need more of y'all to start dropping that like button, man. Y'all be playing around. Y'all don't really be rocking with me for real, but it's all good. I think that's pretty much everything, though, honestly, man. We looked at Bitcoin. We looked at Ethereum. Oh, you know what? Let me look at COINBASE real quick. This is something that I've been wanting to keep my eye on as well. Let me look at the monthly time frame. Okay. Chart don't look that bad. Keep my eye on that. Just let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. I think that's pretty much it. See what they got going on. Key facts. Philippines block 50 trade platforms. Damn. Philippines ain't rocking with crypto? Man. Coinbase Global aware that some users are experiencing delays, sends, and receives of Litecoin. Why were Coinbase and Gemini blocked in the Philippines? Why was they blocked? Crypto access in the Philippines is getting tighter, and this time, even major global exchanges aren't spared. As of Tuesday, Coinbase and Gemini are no longer accessible across several Philippine internet service providers. According to user reports and independent confirmations, the blocks follow a government order tied to a wider push against unlicensed crypto platforms operating in the country. Coinbase, Gemini blocked. Damn. So that's tough. So I guess you got to be licensed in the Philippines to be able to sell crypto there. What else they got for us? Don't look like it's even that much news out right now. Don't really look like as much news. Let me see. Let's go to money, trade. Yeah, I'm not really interested in any of that news right there. It seems like a bunch of fear mongering, honestly, talking about a bunch of nothing. I was going to try to look at some news, but this is why I don't even normally look at news because there's nothing to even look at. Okay. Economic calendar. Let me at least see what's going on with the economic calendar before it's time to go. I know we got NFP next week. I don't really like the way this calendar look, man. I'm not gonna lie. Don't really like the way TradingView economic calendar look. It's nice though. It's nice. I'm not saying it's not nice, but I just don't. I'm not in love. Okay, let's go. We back on the news flow. Let's see what news that the U.S. got. Nothing really. No news. India. So I'm looking at some crypto news right now. I'm not really seeing nothing. Seems like just a bunch of people rejecting Coinbase. Some of this news is also really old, depending on what country you click on. It truly makes you realize like there's so many countries that don't really care about crypto. Alright, so they don't really got nothing for us on there. So I think we pretty much looked at everything we need to look at. So I appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. Make sure y'all drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all the next time, man. Peace out.